all at once to kind of just essentially promote that he and her should start dating. It's kind of ridiculous. It's not a good. I mean, I kind of enjoyed Mob last season, but I feel like they chose better people this season. Well, so far, their first episode was kind of ludicrous. I just don't believe that someone would talk to someone online for 5 years and on the phone for 5 years without ever meeting in person. I don't care how far you live; it just seems ridiculous. And so um, the guy just says he'll move out here for her and everything, and uh, at the end, yeah, she says yes, of course. I think anyone that would say no after this huge elaborate thing is messed up, even if she doesn't believe it, because you kind of just have to say yes. That's on national TV, so I think that no matter if she thought he was an idiot, she would still say yes. I would say thumbs down on the show in general. I watched the whole thing. I really only wanted to watch the flash mob, so I think for future episodes, I'm just gonna fast forward until I get to the end of the episode just to watch the performance because the flash mobs are incredible. They're pretty elaborate and ridiculous, but the premise of the show is explaining the whole thing. It's only one flash mob, and the whole episode is just explaining the one flash mob. So I wouldn't recommend watching it. If you do want to watch it, just watch the end so you can see the awesome flash mobs that they come up with. Uh, Pretty much that was about it for the night, except for the TV Land shows, which are Hot in Cleveland and the Exes. I've got to say, I really do love TV Land. It's one of those channels that just brings nostalgia. They show new episodes of a few of their original programming, but in general, they have shows like I Love Lucy and just older shows, and even like reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond, stuff like that. And it's just one of my favorite channels, just because I'm really nostalgic. Because I always watched those shows, even I Love Lucy, and I wasn't alive back then, but I've probably watched every episode of that as well. Uh, but how Hot in Cleveland is one of their original programming, and this episode centered about the three around the three main protagonists of the show and how they originally met. And it was like in the 80s, and they even make references to Betty White from game shows back in the day. And I totally recognize that game show. I just can't remember what it was called. But it was the one where celebrities would be matched up with normal people, and oh, $1,000 pyramid, $100,000 pyramid, or something like that. I don't know, but it was an entertaining episode about the three main characters meeting for the first time and how they became friends. So, I mean, this is like season 2 or 3, I believe, and now we're only finding out how they met. So it's a pretty entertaining episode. It was funny, witty, and definitely a thumbs up. The X's, on the other hand, um, not so witty, not the funniest episode, but it was entertaining. I would watch it again, but it's not one of those things that I would promote. Uh, the storyline was around Holly, who's the lawyer, and how we find out that she broke off her engagement from her fiance because her fiance cheated on her. 8 months later, down the line, we meet Holly's mom, which is now, and Holly has never told her mom that her and her fiance have broken up. So her mom comes in telling her that she wants to plan the whole wedding, da, 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 makes Holly get into a wedding dress and everything. Oh, and have I said the mom is played by Judith Light? You might know her from Who's the Boss fame. She was the mom, Teddy Danza's love interest. It, I don't know. I love Judith Light, so I think it's pretty awesome. Um, but the episode was not the funniest. It was actually a lot of drama, but no laughter. But sometimes you get that, and I do happen to like my drama, so I found the episode entertaining. It's just not one of those shows that I would promote. I would rather watch Hot in Cleveland than The Exes, but it's still a good show, good to watch. And if you ever like Betty White, you definitely have to give Hot in Cleveland a chance. She's on it, so it's a good show. But that was about it. Nothing too much tonight. I mean, yeah, I've got to say, if you're gonna choose a show to watch Revenge. Favorite show of the night. Definitely one of the breakout stars of this new season. And yeah, that's about it. Signing off. Have a good night.